Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. The first card we have out is the Eight of Cups. You could have made up your mind about something here and been like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. Like it's not really resonating with me, or I think something could be resonating with me more than that. But there can be this part of you that, even though you've acknowledged that, may have a hard time potentially stepping out still. It's like you may know that you're not like the happiest within a situation. You see how this person is like going to sort of find a replacement for what they're leaving behind. Not like a real replacement, but more so like these cups used to be fulfilling to this person. This can be like memories that we have, things that we've experienced, but they feel like sort of empty to this person now. And so they're trying to embrace sort of like what's to come next. But we can have a difficult time doing this part of the transition because I'm seeing the Four of Cups come out reversed, and that can mean like something's not working for you anymore, but you may be reticent to actually like keep moving. You may feel stuck in a cycle. So yeah, there can be this part of you that's like, I know that I'm not like super happy here or like super fulfilled here, that like I don't feel super connected to it. But there can be this other part of you that's like, but I don't really feel motivated to like leave this situation, or I'm not really up for the changes, Like you may not feel enthusiastic about that. But maybe that's going to be turning around because it was in reverse. So maybe it's something that before you weren't about it, and maybe now it's something that you're considering. Like maybe you will actually go through with this now, because before you could have been super resistant to it. And to have the Four of Cups, this is like you may sort of find that motivation having it upside down. But I'm seeing there's this part of you that like may not want to face the pain that would be associated with doing that. Because it's hard. We can be in a situation and be like, I know this isn't like really resonating with me anymore, or that like it's not right for me, or I'm not very connected to it. All of those feelings that we get that are associated with this, but there can be a part of you that's like, yeah, but then like the other person's going to be upset, or like they're going to be sad that I'm leaving, and it can be with anything. It can be with a job, it can be a relationship, it can be anything at all where you sort of know that this may create pain for you and another person, but also is it not creating pain for you to do something that doesn't feel like real and honest and genuine to you anymore? Because this is that moment where you're like, this isn't genuine anymore. And so are you going to sit in something that doesn't feel real for you because you're scared of like facing the truth of that? Because this is already there regardless. This just decision may sort of make it real for you in a way that maybe you haven't conceptualized yet. But yeah, it's like this really big resistance sort of to like pain and suffering, which all of us have for the most part. Just a natural thing. But I'm getting that it's like this, to be just cut and dry with this. A situation isn't right for you. You may have not wanted to enact this before, like activate this before, but I'm seeing you warming up to the idea now at this point, but still in your head, you're like, this is going to be painful, this is going to be painful, this is going to be painful. But I'm also seeing strength on the bottom of the deck. So this is you knowing something and like caring enough to be living in your truth and making a move associated with that, rather than like living what you feel like is a lie or just something that doesn't feel genuine to you. And find ways to ground. This also means too that it's a great time for you to find coping strategies that work for you. Because like it's only natural, right, for us to see this and be like, let's avoid that at all costs. But at this point, it's really costing you something big, And pain is just part of life, is it not? We have like such a hard time can have a hard time with the death and the rebirth and the changing and all of the shifts that happen. And also too, like, when you add these together as well, I feel like it associates with you completing a cycle and like starting a new one. You know, to have the 8 and the 3 here together. But sometimes we can feel like hesitant of doing that because of everything else. But that's also like the fear talking too, like that part of you that's scared to face something. So I'm seeing this come up, which means mood and emotional management and being able to like sit with how you feel and being able to center yourself and being able to ground and making that effort. There can also be like, you can seek help as well, or like assistance as well. King of Cups can be somebody that you speak to that gives you advice emotionally, psychologically, stuff like that. Somebody that's in touch that will like reassure you, and you can be tapping into this within yourself or talking to like one of your spirit guides, something like that. This energy is you either interacting with somebody helping you find this, or you tapping into this within yourself. Grounded, centered, extricate yourself from this. Be able to sit with how you're feeling and just be with it and not judge it and not turn away from it, but to like really be present to what you're feeling. That's how you're going to get through this. It's really being able to withstand this, you know, because like it does hurt and that is real. And this is also you being able to manage that and being able to experience that and knowing that it's just part of the experience. Facing it. And knowing too that like you can face it, you're capable of doing this, even if it may be challenging. I'm seeing you be much more about this than you were before. To have the Magician, this is you getting to a point where you're like actually becoming motivated to create something that feels more fulfilling to you, or like connect with something that feels more fulfilling. This is you like taking action and like focusing on this. Where before it may have been you coming to terms with the fact that like a situation wasn't it for you anymore. But now that you have come to terms with it and you have sort of gotten into a place more so of accepting this, I'm seeing you be at a spot where you're like, you know, I think that I need to do something about this now. Because Magician is prepared to take action, and it's mentally getting yourself on this page where you can like focus and culminate that energy. I'm hearing you weren't ready before, but you are now. But even though you may feel like you are more ready now, I'm seeing there still be a lot of resistance, a lot of stuff that you're moving through. Like your karmic challenge right now is to basically face your fears. Like that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a lot of stagnant energy. A lot of stagnant energy. For some of you, this is connected with... it can be connected with the air in your chart. It can be connected with the earth in your chart. It can be connected with the water in your chart. It can also be connected with like fixed signs within your chart too. Fixed signs, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus. Fixed is like, I've been doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to stay doing this. Even when it's not working anymore. So this is that like workaround here that's happening now. Some of you, this is connected with your Mercury. It's like having a difficult time switching it up a bit and feeling like this may be a bit like of a dreadful experience. See, See, this is kind of like knowing that it's up to you and being like, I'm the one that's creating my reality. So there's the like presentation of autonomy and also responsibility here, that it's like up to you. So I'm seeing that definitely be recognized. I'm seeing you be accountable, okay? But then that like puts the pressure on, you know? And so I'm seeing you feeling that here, you know? Like you may be like really sweating about this at night, like feeling stressed out, like how am I going to be able to do this? It's like you may feel all over the place, maybe like mentally struggling with this. You may have like physical signs of this. You know, you could be feeling like kind of exhausted too. It's like you're not even really doing anything and you just feel drained because of all of this. So I'm seeing you like exert a lot of energy, a lot. For some of you, this is like one of the hardest things you've ever done within your life. Like this is some serious shedding that's happening here. I'm seeing though, like most of all, more than anything, the pain aspect of this that's connected with this, or like what you perceive it's going to be, or like how you imagine it to be. I'm seeing you be very focused on that, and it seems like that's one of the most stressful things. And also you trying to get out of your head, because to have the 9 of Swords and to also have the 8 of Swords, this is you feeling so stuck at times where you just feel like you're sort of like trapped in your personal mental hell, trying to like find a way out of it and deal with all of the real life stresses that would come with this as well. I'm seeing that too, like you're capable of doing this, but you're getting to a spot where you're like actually believing that, you know? And for some of you, you don't feel like you're at that spot yet, but that's what you're working towards. It's like believing yourself, trusting that this is the right move for you, trusting that you can trust your instinct, you know, and follow through with that. And that your emotions aren't lying to you, you know? And that you are on track. Positive affirmations may help as well. Yeah, I'm seeing you have to like return an offer. It seems like give something back. This feels even like an undoing of something, like a dissolving. But it's so you can like take on something else. Once this process is over and you begin the next chapter after this, it's going to be a lot less stressful, because I'm seeing this whole thing and you like trying to start like a new chapter and close this one out. I'm seeing this has been very tumultuous and probably like a very unpleasant experience as well. This ending aspect of it, you know, and the stuff that needs like all the hard work and attentiveness now, because it seems like there's a lot of like action at this point that's needed from you. Like you have to interact a lot energetically, so it's been really keeping you on your toes. For some of you too, you feel like your mood's been like oscillating a lot as well. High Priestess. You may also be keeping a lot to yourself as well. Like you know that this is what's going to be happening in the future, but I'm seeing you still like coming to terms with everything. Like I'm getting that you know what's going on and you know what's going to happen, but you may really be keeping a lot of this to yourself and trying not to like panic anybody around you and get to a space where you feel grounded and trying to like responsibly manage things for yourself. What I'm getting to is that like for many of you, I'm seeing you are planning to leave a situation, again, because you know it's like it's not genuine for you anymore, and you just know that it's not, and it's important for you at this point you're feeling to kind of move away from it, still coming to terms with all of that and what would be expected of you, and still at this point where I'm seeing you be like, I'm doing it, like you're starting to take these steps, but I'm also seeing you still be very stressed out about this whole process. And also I'm seeing that you like know what you're going to be doing, but I'm also getting that you've been quiet about this too. So it may only be you and nobody else that knows, or you and like your closest friend or friends that know, or like somebody that you trust, something like that. Because I'm seeing like for many of you, this hasn't taken place yet, and it's going to be taking place, but it's very like hush hush right now at this point. But yeah, I'm getting this just being like confirmation that you're on track, like you know what needs to be done. Yes, it's challenging, but you're strong enough to do this, and like you got this, you know? So just keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing through. And be present to yourself and patient and kind with yourself as well. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I'd like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.